Today's episode of The Read Pile is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/nerdupmedia. Over 150,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
I'm Elle, and this year I think my resolution is going to be to maybe come up with taglines ahead of time before the show starts.
Instead of just winging it? Yeah.
Before it just starts.
Yeah. And I am the Suss Man, Rick Sussman, and I'd resolve to be more awesome, but you can't improve upon perfection. And you are watching The Read Pile.
It's the week of December 30th, and here's some comic book news you can use.
New Year's.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you do that? Do you know how to do talent?
Look.
Can you put...
I'm doing it right now.
Really?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to, include...
I have no imagination.
There's sparkles. So the news this week was light because it's New Year's and many of us are celebrating or have celebrated or are still inebriated. But it was announced that we're going to get a Wonder Woman sneak peek trailer and a brand new Suicide Squad trailer, which, by the way, we've never actually gotten a Suicide Squad trailer. That was the footage that was leaked from Comic-Con, where DC huffed and puffed and was like, oh, fine, have the stupid footage, you dumb nerds. So, but we're getting these. We're officially getting a Wonder Woman sneak peek trailer, kind of cool, and the official Suicide Squad first trailer, second trailer, depending on how you're looking at it, and they'll be debuting alongside the CW Legends of Tomorrow and Arrow and Flash. Now, why is that a little weird? Oh, because if you forgot, Flash, Arrow, and all the Legends, everything that's on the CW, that television universe has nothing to do with the Warner Brothers DC movie universe. So even though people are clamoring for more episodes of Flash, they're freaking out about Arrow, the local comic shop that I work at can't keep their Flash stuff in stock, these characters are not part of the cinematic universe. They're part of the television universe, I guess, but they're still being used to promote the cinematic universe. Your thoughts?
I don't know, it just sounds stupid.
I don't know why they can't include
DC doesn't understand how to do this. They don't get that part. They don't understand how to advertise.
Marketing.
They don't know how to do it. They don't know what they're supposed to be doing. Marvel knows exactly how to do it.
Well, it's because that's
they
Disney.
Get it.
Like the Disney Warner Brothers. We're saying DC Marvel. What we mean is Disney and Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers is like hell bent for some reason to say that these properties are completely separate. Even though, by the way, I know we haven't gotten there in Flash. They've already started announcing like Earth 2s, Earth 3s, stuff like that. So the groundwork has been laid for this massive, massive universe where all of these characters can intertwine. But no, never mind, forget it, because I guess Ben Affleck won't show up on TV or something. I don't know what the deal is. I just thought it was really kind of hilarious that they're using their television properties that are gangbusters and are head and shoulders above what Disney Marvel is doing, because they only really have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agent Carter, and that's really it. And by the way, this is also completely excluding Supergirl, which, even though that's not necessarily our cup of tea, is doing incredibly well on CBS. So it just seems really odd, though, that you would use the property that is so white hot to promote your movies, but you're not going to bring those characters to the big screen. I find it awkward.
I don't know. I think their whole plan has just kind of gone into the toilet. And they just, I think they meant well, and they had big plans, and things probably didn't work out like they were hoping, and so they're just kind of trying to throw it together with their discount Christmas decorations to throw the kid a birthday party.
Here you go, guys.
It's okay.
You want to review some books now?
It's not Santa, it's a gnome.
It's a Santa gnome.
Time for comic book reviews, starting with Black Magic. So we are on issue 3, and really starting to get into what is going on. So Rowan is trying to figure out who it is that is after her. Obviously, this all began when a guy took a bunch of people hostage and demanded to talk to only her. I gotta talk to this one detective, and just refused to talk to anybody else. So she comes in, and the guy is like, I know who you really are. I know you're a witch. I'm going to set you on fire. She's forced to turn on him and basically have the fire set upon him, knowing that he is under a spell, and so it's just crushing her inside. So at this point, you know, she's trying to talk to somebody in her coven. They're trying to figure out, you know, who it is. She's starting to find out a little more details, and some weird ones too. Like, now there's definitely somebody after her. There's too many coincidences going on. As far as the connection with this guy from the very beginning, and just different things that are going on. And so it's really starting to affect her job, though. She's starting to have to do things that are going to affect her job. And so you feel really bad for her, but at the same time, I don't really know her personally as a character yet. It's only issue 3, so you kind of feel bad about the situation, about like, oh yeah, you know, you're having to do things, you might lose your job, if they find out what you're doing. But I don't know who she is. Maybe she's a really bad person. We don't know a lot about her background. We're still very secretive about her true background. So, we will see. Moving on. Rot Queens. Speaking of backgrounds, we are finding out a lot about Hannah. And we are finding out about her dad, you know, things that he had done for her, and what happened to her mother. It's absolutely insane. And it's not even a part of her history. Like, there's so much more, to the point that Delilah is talking to her brother, and while they're in this crazy, I don't know what it is, space-time something inside the library, and he's like, well, you know what, you don't even know your friend. This chick doesn't have friends, let me tell you something. And so now they're gonna have to deal with that, and it's just crazy. It's crazy because, what is this, issue 14, and we're still finding out these big things about these characters. And yes, you would think, oh, you know, we're just now finding out all this stuff, but no, it's been a wonderful ride this entire time. There's just so much to learn about these characters. I don't think you could ever end the series. Moving along. Harley Quinn and Power Girl. So, last issue. That's what it sounds like. Well, this is pretty funny. So, Bartox, you're gonna find out what's really going on with him. It's pretty demented. It is Harley Quinn demented level. Like, you wouldn't believe it. What's really up with him? The whole real story about him and Power Girl, and just what he's done while she was away. It's pretty nutty. And, well, I mean, I really feel like the ending part of this book was pretty good, and I think that it could easily be left open for more. But I was pretty good. I think it would settle for this to be the last book of this storyline. I liked it, but I'll be honest, there were a couple issues here and there. I felt like, this story. It was a good read, but some weeks I wasn't ready for a read like this. I wanted something a little different. It was still good, but it felt like I just wanted to, I was waiting for this issue. This issue was what I was waiting for. I wanted to know this part of the story. So, I thought it was fun. Absolute insanity. It was a good ending. But, pick of the week. Wonder Woman. And it just happens to be part of Harley's Little Black Book. Of course, it has nothing to do with Harley. It's just a really awesome cover, and I really like it. We got the color edition. But all the other ones we had were the black and whites. I was really excited about those, but I'm not totally disappointed about this one. It was still really cool. So, well, let me kind of speed you up. So last issue, basically, Fate is back, and of course it's Donna Troy. She is Fate now, and everything kind of went back, came back. We have Ares, we have, everything is kind of coming back. People are returned that were dead. And so now it's kind of in that spot that I'm not seeing clarification. Is she God of War anymore? Is she technically not God of War anymore? I mean, just because he, one guy comes back, does he just get his job back? Or it's like, dude, you were gone. You were dead. We already destroyed your paperwork. You're going to have to, reapply or something. And we'll see. I don't know how that works. But even in this issue, it's, to me, maybe I overlooked it. Maybe I was too just wrapped up in everything else that was going on in this issue. But I still feel that it looks like maybe she still is God of War. I don't know. Maybe I have to read it again to really understand where that was mentioned just briefly. But she gets to. It's not much of a spoiler because things happen in Wonder Woman that reality not reality, spirit not spirit. But she gets to talk to her mom for a little bit and helps kind of guide her a little bit. And she is able to be more connected with the island and with the Amazon women, and she is able to just really become more in touch with who she is. I think with everything that happened last issue is helping her feel more at peace, which is kind of funny because it was the goddess of peace that really gave her a big bust up last issue. But I don't know. I am really interested in seeing where her character in the series is going to go from here. Now with everything that's happened, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see who she becomes now. In the meantime, we will see what Rick has to say.
Well, thank you for those 4 reviews, Elle. I only have 3 books. You have more books than me.
Haha!
I do not like the way this year is starting. Let's begin. Lazarus, issue 21. Just gonna skip to the end here. Yep, just needed to double check. Another one of my favoriteest books, and they're on hiatus until April of 2016. Why do you keep doing this to me? I love these books. I need them to live. Lazarus continues to be a really fabulous book, and I strongly recommend everyone picking it up while they have the chance. I know that the first 3 volumes, I believe, are available, and the next volume will be out before the next issue. It says so in this issue here, assuming that all things go to form. Do you like characters that are strong womenses who are kind of indestructible? Say, Wonder Women, almost. You should probably check out Lazarus. Lazarus is written by Greg Rucka, who also writes Black Magic, which is also a strong female lead character as well. Ergo, this is really good alternative reading material from your standard superhero fare stuff, and I need you to check it out. As for issue 21, it is the penultimate issue, I suppose. I guess it's actually the final issue of the arc now that I think about it. We finally see what happens in Duluth. Evidently, things are a-poppin' in Minnesota. That is where all wars will be fought in the future. And as a Vikings fan, I understand. That is a very important land. Let's move on. East of West, issue 23. Well, this is surprising. One of the main characters, in fact, he's on the cover here, is a prince of one of the lands of the what was the United States. He is a prince of the kingdom. In fact, he's the the heir apparent, it would seem to be, of the next, he will be the next king of the kingdom, which is essentially the land in the Louisiana Purchase, because it never happened, because remember, this is alternate future reality. At any rate, he turns out to be quite the sly devil, and is someone who is not who we thought he was, I believe. We don't know yet. That's sort of the beauty of this entire story, is that Hickman is so good at creating this universe, he world builds, that you forget that the whole story, I thought, was supposed to be about this civil war between the four horsemen of the apocalypse, and that Death is sort of at war with the three other horsemen. When in reality, the story, that may have just been one giant MacGuffin, which is kind of cool, or red herring, whatever you want. Very interesting, neat concept that the thing that brought you to the table is not actually the story that you thought it was. I'm really enjoying East of West after having maybe 4 or 5 issues where I was sort of like, is this still a book I want to read? The last 3 have been phenomenal. I was wrong to ever second guess you, Jonathan Hickman. You knows what you're doing. Also, if you're really interested, Nick Dragata's artwork, it's so good. You gotta check this out. But it is not my pick of the week, because my pick of the week, as is always the case, is something that I just can't break away from. So we'll spin up the graphic. You know what's funny is in Orlando in a couple of weeks there's going to be a Royal Rumble. That's right, Rumble is my pick of the week. You know, I'm the mayor of NXT, so there's going to be a Royal Rumble event here in Orlando. I'll probably be attending. Anyway, Rumble issue number 10. Oh, this book gets better and better and better and better and better and better. So initially I said, what if Mo Sislak was involved in like some crazy demon war where he was caught in the middle of it? Well, okay, that was not a really good review, because this is not Mo Sislak. This is John Everyman, and he is stuck in the middle of this crazy battle between good and evil. But what's really interesting about it is that the longer we get into this, the deeper the story gets. As I mentioned, I think in my last review of Rumble, good and evil are sort of changing sides, and there's like almost this, they're coming to the point where they're going to be just good and evil, which I guess is always the point. There is never pure good, there's never pure evil, it's always somewhere in the middle. And maybe that's the story of Rumble, is there's so much other stuff happening in the world around you and so many crazy things that if you ever stop to think about it, nothing is ever too bad or too good. We had a really rough 2015, but it doesn't mean that 2016 can't be really great, or 2014 wasn't amazing. Or you might have had a bad day today, but maybe you have a good day tomorrow. Maybe that's what Rumble is the yin and yang of comic book. All I know is, I love reading it, I love looking at it, and yeah, it is definitely my pick of the week. For you, our loyal followers of The Read Pile, we have an awesome offer from Audible.com. Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day trial to give you the opportunity to check out their awesome service. You can download some really great books like The Hobbit, the unabridged version from Tolkien. You can download Divergent, Lean In, lots of great stuff to check out. To download your free audiobook today, go to audibletrial.com/nerdupmedia. Again, that's audibletrial.com/nerdupmedia for your free audiobook.
That's this week for the Read Pile, and this year!
Yay, the year. Well, year's been over, but whatever.
Yeah, calendar year.
It's calendar year. Calendar year, yeah. So, Elle, it's 2016. What are you looking forward to in 2016?
2016.
We know you're going to resolve to actually write taglines instead of just coming up with them on the fly and then slapping people.
I say that, I already lost interest.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Do you have anything specifically you're looking forward to in 2016? Batman v Superman?
No.
Civil War?
No.
Deadpool movie?
Yes.
Is the Deadpool movie what you're most looking forward to?
That's all I care about.
Alright. That's fine. I am most looking forward to hitting episode 100. This is episode, I believe, 87-ish. We're getting really close to the big century mark. I think it's cool. I think that's
Can I have a confetti gun? You're like, nice.
I think maybe, but that could go wrong. Using Puppy Cat to get your way. Let's go. See you guys next week. years was rough on me. So rough, I forgot how to put my tongue away. Oh, man. Oh. Oh. How do you know you've been drinking too much? You forget to put your tongue away. Sad state of affairs. You need help.